What is up, everybody? Back finally with my top 10 metal albums of 2022. Fantastic year. I've been a little busy the last couple of weeks, not able to put this list out, but here I am going to give you my 10 favorites. I did my top 10 black metal albums a couple of weeks ago. You can check that out if you missed it, but these are going to be my top 10 overall metal albums, my favorites, and I'll count them down, as usual, 10 to 1, give the honorable mentions at the end. Here we go. Starting off the list at number 10 is Dreamkiller by Sumerlands. Really, really cool album here, The overall sound on here is just absolutely amazing. Sounds serene and majestic. Like, the production is ridiculously good. The guitar playing is fantastic. Love the riffs, the tone, the melodies, the harmonizations from these guys are fantastic. The vocals on it. The dude has just an angelic type voice. Flows really nicely. Very melodic. Been waiting on this album since 2016. That's when their last one came out, so it's been a while, and they really delivered on it. Great performances from everybody. The production's fantastic. There are 8 tracks on it. There's 8 songs. All of them are really cool. Looking at these, Heavens Above is fantastic. Dreamkiller, a little bit faster paced one. That's also really good. Love the little bit of keyboards that's mixed in here. Helps really add to the depth and layering of the songs. Twilight Points the Way, another cool one. But overall, top to bottom, this is a fantastic album. Hurts to put it down here at number 10, but definitely deserves a spot. Dreamkiller, Sumerlands, number 10. Next up at number 9 is Paid in Full by Skull Fist. Love these guys, as I've said many times. I've got their hat on right now, if you can see that. But great band. They're from Canada, formed in about 2006. This is their 4th full-length. They've got an EP as well that's great, but good comeback album for them. Their 2018 release, Way of the Road, wasn't amazing. It wasn't bad, but this is definitely a big step up from that, I think. Better songwriting, better songs overall. Performances from everybody in the band are great. Zach Scottler, their frontman, great musician. He's really good on the vocals on this. I think he's stepped it up a little bit. He had some problems with his voice that he was rehabbing, and he's been growing his voice stronger and stuff since then. So sounds good on here. The guitar playing, he does it all on this. It's the first album where he does all the guitar playing, and he kills it. A lot of great riffs, great melodies, solos. All the stuff on it's awesome. JJ Tartaglia on drums is a really freaking good drummer. Casey Guest on the bass does a good job. But looking at these tracks, probably Long Live the Fist is my favorite, but they do a really cool redone version of Blackout. That's amazing. Heavier Than Metal as well, which were both on their EP in 2010. Love Warrior of the North, Madman, Crush, Kill, Destroy. All really good songs. Skull Fist, Paid in Full, really strong stuff. Number 9. Coming in at number 8 is We Are the Chosen by Leather Leone. It's her 3rd solo album. Really cool stuff here. It's the follow-up to Leather 2 from 2018. She's got a couple of the same musicians on it, the main couple, Braulio, I'm going to butcher his last name, on the drums, who is awesome. Great, thunderous, awesome drumming on this album. Vinny Tex on the guitar, who is a great guitar player. Both those guys are Brazilian. They've been with Leather for a little while, and of course Leather Leone on the vocals. She is best known as being the classic Chastain vocalist, which is an amazing classic band, but the couple of solo albums she has are very strong. This one here, a lot of cool stuff, some big heavy riffs, thunderous drums, reminds me a lot of modern Judas Priest, just big, awesome, heavy sound, really thick, great guitar tone from Vinny. Great riffs all over it. And Leather, she's been going at it for, over 35 years, and she still has a very powerful voice. Sounds awesome. Looking at these tracks, probably the opener, We Take Back Control, is one of my favorites. Always Been Evil is awesome. The title track is a really great anthemic chorus, very catchy, good one to sing along to, and probably Dark Days are a couple of my favorites, but all 10 tracks for the most part are really cool. Great album. Check it out. We Are the Chosen, number 8.
Came across the China Sea. No one knew the threat to you and me.
Coming in at number 7 is Carpe Diem by Saxon. Saxon is just a freaking ridiculous band when you consider This is their 23rd album, and it's still freaking awesome. They've been around since 1979 as far as putting out studio material. They formed a few years before that, so been going at it for over 40 years. They're able to put out an album this strong. They've got two original guys, which are, of course, Biff Byford on the vocals and Paul Quinn on guitar, the backbone of the band for many years, but they've had a very stable lineup, not too many changes, especially in the last 20 years or so. It's been the same group of 5 guys, and they kill it. They've got great chemistry. Looking at these tracks, they're all really strong. I can't really say much different about Saxon and compared to some of their other stuff. They got their formula. They keep it going. It's great classic sounding metal. So the title track's awesome. Age of Steam. Love the Pilgrimage. It's a little bit slower, kind of really dark sounding song. Really catchy. Great vocals from Biff. And probably All For One, which is a little bit faster paced, nice heavy riff, but all of this is freaking killer. Carpe Diem, Saxon, number 7.
You say you're a model. It's evident you've never met me or you didn't love. Ooh la la.
Coming in at number 6, I've got The Sick, The Dying, and The Dead by Megadeth. My favorite band, as I've said many times here on the channel, and they just keep pumping out good stuff. They're a really consistent band, minus a couple of albums that aren't really that great, but this one, continuing on with Dystopia, is really awesome. It's their first one with Dirk Verburen on the drums, who is a machine back there. He's a really great drummer. They actually had Steve DiGiorgio come in as a session guy to do the bass on this album. Currently, James Lomenzo is the bassist in the band. He's since joined as a full-time member after this album came out. And of course, Dave Mustaine's still killing it. Great songwriter. His voice actually sounds pretty damn cool on this, and his guitar playing fantastic as well. And Kiko Loureiro, who puts down some of the most ridiculous solos you'll ever hear. He just mixes them in there, short little 10-second solos here and there, just very technical, amazing. He's a great Brazilian guitar player. He's been with them for quite a little bit of time now, since before Dystopia, so hopefully he stays in the band till the end because he freaking rules. But right from the beginning, the title track on here is really killer. It kind of starts off slow, and then it builds up, hits the main riff, and the riff is great. Love the tone. All around great performances from everybody in the band on this. And other than the title track, which is definitely my favorite song, Celebutant is definitely another favorite. That one's got a great classic new wave of British heavy metal feel, great sharp riff. And, probably Will Be Back are my 3 favorites, but I love Night Stalkers as well, Dogs of Chernobyl. A lot of cool stuff on here. So Megadeth still killing it in 2022 and 2023 as we're in now, but great album. The Sick, The Dying, and The Dead, number 6. Next up at number 5 is Where Madness Dwells by Iron Flame. Really cool band. They formed in 2016. This is their 4th full length. They got a great classic sound. They're definitely one of the leaders of the new wave of traditional heavy metal, in my opinion. One of the best bands from that movement. They've had, of their last 3 albums, including this one, they've all been in my top 10. Their 2018 album was my number 1 of the year, which was amazing. But this one here, fantastic as well. Andrew DeCagna, who is the leader of the band, he does vocals, has done all the instruments in the past. He's got session guys helping him here on this album, but the dude has an amazing voice, and he's the definition of like a journeyman musician, because if you look at his Metal Archives page, it lists him as being active in 10 different bands right now, which is ridiculous. But this one is my favorite that he does. Great classic sound, a blend of just good traditional metal with some classic power metal. So if you like, Iron Maiden, Judas Priest, and Halloween, check these guys out. They're freaking amazing. But Everlasting Fire, the Open It Up, is one of the best songs on it. Kingdom of Lies, really great one. Under the Spell, good riffs, great vocals, just great performances all over the album. Love the vocals especially. The dude has just an amazing, high-soaring, majestic voice. But fantastic stuff as usual from Iron Flame, Where Madness Dwells, number 5. Coming in at number 4 is Arctic Darkness by Black Beast. A really cool Finnish black metal band. They're super aggressive, raw, thrashy at times. Just really dirty, awesome black metal here. They remind me a bit of the band Azagal, if anybody knows them. Classic Finnish black metal that's kind of thrashy and aggressive like this. But looking at these tracks, Black Magic and Witchcraft is absolutely amazing, and Depths of Damnation, just absolutely love the flow of that one, love the riff, the vocal melody on it's fantastic. Very cool song and very, very cool album here that I discovered kind of late in the year, but it just jumped right up to near the top of my list. Just fantastic, aggressive, raw black metal. Check it out. Arctic Darkness, number 4. Next up at number 3 is Shadow of the Raven Throne by Funeral Mass. Another great black metal album here. The band is from Poland, and this is fantastic. You know, if you like classic 90s Swedish melodic black metal, you'll love this. Bands like Dissection, Dark Funeral, Sacramentum. Please check this out. Great production on it. Got a great, like, evil, dark atmosphere and feel to it. The melodies on it are fantastic from the guitar players. The vocals are cool. Looking at these tracks, probably with Sinister Spell in the title track. It can be pretty aggressive at times, but also, as I said, really melodic black metal. But very cool stuff. Shadow of the Raven Throne, number 3. Next up at number 2 is Electric Elite by Riot City. Absolutely killer album here. Second one they've put out. The first one is absolutely amazing as well. These guys pretty much the leaders of the new wave of traditional heavy metal at this point. Great classic sound. Judas Priest, Agent Steel, like classic blend of, you know, traditional metal and speed metal, which is absolutely amazing. And looking at these songs, love them all pretty much, but Eye of the Jaguar, Beyond the Stars, Tyrant, Return of the Force, all killer. That's the first album with Jordan Jacobs on the vocals, who somehow is maybe even a little bit of an upgrade from Cale Savvy, who was the vocalist on the first album. He wanted to just focus on guitar going forward after the first album, so they got Jordan. Both guys amazing vocalists, but some of the high screams and the notes this guy's hitting on this album is ridiculous. So great vocals, great guitar work, everything's fantastic on it. So that is my number 2. And before I get to number 1, a couple of honorable mentions. Pretty much everything else that I had on that top 10 black metal albums of the year list that I didn't include on this are honorable mentions, so you can check some of that stuff out if you missed that. Savage Masters album from this year is really good. Phantom Spell, an album by the band Raptor. It's called Black Fire. Really awesome. Great classic sounding metal. But that is mostly what I got. Venator, however they pronounce their name. Cool, classic sounding album as well. But that about does it for my honorable mentions. On to number 1. And taking the number 1 spot is Satanic Warmaster, Amangander, or however they pronounce it. But fantastic album. It didn't come out till December 30th, so I left it off my top 10 black metal albums of the year list because I put that out a couple weeks before this came out. I was figuring it was probably going to be, you know, number 1, which, you know, if I could adjust the list, it would be number 1 for that, obviously. But killer album, top to bottom. There are 6 songs on it. Just amazing, aggressive black metal, but it's very melodic at the same time. Love the production on it. The tone is fantastic with the guitar and everything else. Werewolf, the, you know, leader of the band, it's his band. He does the vocals and the guitar, and he writes all the stuff. There are some session guys that help him out with the drums and bass and whatnot, but the guy, he knows how to write and compose and make great black metal, and that's definitely showcased here. The last album before this was amazing as well. It came out back in like 2014 or 15, so it's been a while, and he didn't disappoint. I wish they put out more stuff, you know, but you know, when they release albums, it is just an absolute spectacle of black metal. Baphomet, to open it up, is an amazing song. When I first heard the single a couple months ago, I was like, wow, like I know this is going to be near the top of my list, and it ended up being my favorite album of the year. Duke's Ride's fantastic as well. Just love these guitar riffs, and the melodies are just so majestic and awesome. Berserk Death, another favorite, but really top to bottom, this whole thing's killer. But that is my number 1. If you like, you know, just awesome, melodic, aggressive black metal, check this out. Satanic Warmaster, my number 1. So that does wrap up my list. Y'all can let me know what you thought. Give me your lists in the comments. And as usual, thank y'all for watching.